We thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Dianne Derby. We'll have more on that game in just a minute, but first we begin tonight with the 7 on Your Side news alert. A 15-year-old died in a crash last night in Abbeville County. It's a summer activity that's not for the bashful. A group of nudists are aiming to set a swimming record in the Buff. Closer to home, beautiful weather to help wish America a happy birthday. A Memphis area woman is arrested for driving drunk on vanilla extract. Former President Bill Clinton says organizations that committed to sending financial aid to earthquake-devastated Haiti are not delivering as promised. I want to give you a little bit of a perspective of just how bad this porch is. If you take a look behind me, she's covered many of the missing parts with this plywood. It came in the press release onto my BlackBerry at 4:55. I want to read it to you all so you get the latest information. There's about an hour wait here at the Cherokee Springs Fire Department. If you take a look behind me, you can see the people in line. Not so bad here in Chesnee compared to other places in Spartanburg County. We're not hearing any major reports of problems at any of the polling locations, of course, besides the long lines.
I thought the medals were too precious to my heart to let go and just sit in a closet and get dusty.
When we first met Purple Heart Marine R.J. Wild last month, he had just purchased a motorcycle thanks to a grant he received from the Injured Marines Semper Fi Fund. In less than a week, he says it was stolen from his apartment complex. With limited insurance coverage, the bike was a loss.
And I got a blessing from God for this grant. And to find out that it was gone with less than a week, it really crushed me.
When our story aired, several people called wanting to donate towards the purchase of a new bike.
We owe you an undying gratitude. We can never, ever repay you, because without you, we wouldn't be. So again, thank God you're home.
Thank you, sir.
7 on Your Side got to work to find out what could be done.
How you doing there, young man?
In no time, this man, Jim Wertman, the general manager of Carolina Honda in Columbia and 30-year Army veteran, stepped up to help. He told us he would accept the $2,500 in donations offered from people in the community, and Carolina Honda would take care of the rest.
Oh my gosh.
On Friday, he delivered a nearly $7,000 bike in front of all of the people who helped make this happen. And in true patriotic style, it's red, white, and blue.
Thank you, Lord Jesus.
RJ was brought to tears, and so was Jim.
What is it like for you to see him in person?
Pretty emotional for me.
And to make sure he had full insurance coverage in case the bike was stolen again, South Carolina insurance brokers donated to his charitable fund.
Insurance background, and this is a prime example of how we can give back.
RJ's a great person. We appreciate what he's done for us, protecting our freedom and putting his life on the line so we can come and go every day as we do.
And as if that wasn't enough, LoJack is planning to donate $700 worth of tracking equipment to help find the bike if it is stolen. A community coming together to honor a 24-year-old retired Marine who nearly gave his life for our freedom. In Greenville, Dianne Derby, 7 on Your Side.
We've had some good times on this old porch.
77-year-old Ida Mae Wright has lived in her Landrum home on North Trade Avenue for 41 years.
I've raised my children here and I've raised almost all my grandchildren.
Her husband died nearly 2 decades ago. She says with only $800 from Social Security each month, there's nothing left for necessary repairs to her home, like for this deteriorating porch.
When I get my bills paid and my groceries and my medicine, I ain't got nothing else.
I want to give you a little bit of a perspective of just how bad this porch is. If you take a look behind me, she's covered many of the missing parts with this plywood. In other areas, there's wood missing, and on the roof, it's buckled so much that she says when it rains, the water just pours through.
The city administrator tells us they received a complaint about the porch and sent Mrs. Wright 3 notices over the last year telling her it had to be repaired.
We'd be remiss in our responsibilities if we ignored it. In fact, we'd be potentially liable.
The administrator says now that she's applied for a permit, they will give her 90 days to get repairs started.
The bottom line of the whole thing is somebody could get hurt.
This is my grandma.
Meanwhile, her granddaughter, Angela Crummy, knew the grandchildren didn't have the $5,000 to $30,000 they've been quoted to fix the porch. So she made this home video and posted it on YouTube, hoping Extreme Makeover would pick it up. So far, more than 1,000 people have viewed it. One of those is the owner of Celtic Tavern in Landrum, Lee Quiava.
That was the biggie. See Grandma with tears in her eyes, knowing that she could be thrown out of her own house.
He agreed to host a benefit at his bar this Saturday afternoon to raise money for repairs. It's called Banding Together for Grandma.
I think it's wonderful.
For now, this family is just hoping the money raised will be enough to make repairs and keep Grandma in her home for years to come.
It's sad. I mean, the memories and everything that we have in this house, it's just sad to see it falling apart.
In Landrum, Dianne Derby, 7 on your side.